Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey y'all, what's up? Ray all day here. You can also catch me on IG. See my name right there on the screen at All Day Ray. Just a little flip of the flip until I get these people to release that name, child. It's a doozy. Anywho, some of y'all know what that's about. Some of y'all don't, but now you do. Anyway, we are here together so you can hear me give my summation, my take, my opinion, and what I got something to say, dag nabbit. These ladies is a trip in Salt Lake City. They too old. I swear, I don't know what these women are thinking. These women are well beyond college years. And I'm sick and tired of hearing them want to relive them. They want to do this and do that and yell out stuff and get naked and show their breasts and titties and all these different things. First of all, y'all got businesses. Some of y'all got husbands. Some of y'all got grown kids. Some of y'all got little kids. Some of y'all got parents who don't want to see that mess. And I don't either. They always want to start frolicking around and doing God knows what, pretty much doing what they wouldn't normally do. And I'm like, what? See, some things don't always need to be known or said to everybody else. Some things, well, look, when the cameras ain't rolling, do you, boo-boo? I mean, if I hear one more time about being a child, what do my notes say? I'm on my last paper with pad with these notes, child. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 3, episode 9. Get into it. Tasmanian shah. Child, wait. I gotta talk about episode 10 real quick because they look, before I even get into this episode, I gotta talk about episode 10 and what's coming up. Tasmanian shah is on a rampage, and she starts off in episode 9, child. Well, she started off season 1, tell you the truth. But with this going on, this heifer, see, first of all, who gave Heather the black eye? I was sure enough sure we was going to see that episode 9, but I guess not. I'm like, what? Meredith is just... Meredith is frightened, scared, bamboozled. Just she looked like when... I can't wait for next week to episode 10 because goodness gracious. But man, friendships have turned in episode 9, child. Angie K done had it up to here with Tasmania Shah. But, we'll get there when we get there. But first of all, we got Tasmania Shah in the bathroom. Putting her contacts in, child, getting ready for the day. Just a long, thick hair. I love long, thick hair. It's really, really pretty. Anywho, production showing a montage of all of her legal troubles with the arrest and the court, getting out of jail and the court and back and forth and all this, that, and the third. So that pretty much, I guess, that drummed up her depression she was medicated for when her daddy passed. And so now she's popping pills again. But girl, didn't you say you was guilty? Now, I have a feeling. I got a feeling. Shut up in my bones. She gonna use the old, trick of, well, I might as well plead guilty because if I plead innocent, I'm gonna get more time. Girl, listen, like I said before, and I'm gonna say it now to the end of time. If I didn't do it, I ain't saying I did. I don't care what they got on me. If I didn't do it, I'm not gonna say I did. Period. Pooh. That's how that goes with me. Hello. But we talking about Tasmanian Shah. Now, if everybody didn't drop the dime and is willing to testify, ooh, child. I mean, it's hard to believe she innocent. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And she pled guilty. So, anywho, yeah, she talking about her depression is back and she popping pills, and I'm sure it is, knowing you about to do 25 to 40. Girl, what's the sentence they talking about? At least 20 years, girl. See, when you defrauding old Caucasians and their livelihood that they stole so hard for, I'm just kidding, that they worked so hard for, hey, let's just call it like it is. You can't bump with old white money. You just can't. Period. Pooh. You see what happened? What's that girl? Not Katie Holmes. What's the girl who had that internet business? Whatever her first name is, last name Holmes. She about to do at least 15 to at least 15 to 30 because she defrauded white folks' money. And again, hey, hey, certain things you just can't do and get away with. You see Bernie Madoff, a prime example. And you swear, you a woman of color, and all this, that, and the third, and she want to drag in race and try and pile on the rabbit with all this civil rights stuff. Girl, ain't nobody in civil rights who suffers civil rights violations was ever doing what you doing, was ever guilty of, pled guilty to. Girl, get out of here with all that. But yeah, her and her braids is going to prison. What's this, December? Yeah, she should be getting she should be going in. When is she going in? That's the thing, because I know she already pled. So, child. Next we have Angie H. Now, Angie H is the one whose husband put out that expose website about Shawshank Shah. And the one who did that duet with Whitney, auditioning for Heather's Christmas gospel choir, whatever she's doing, child. And so got Angie H, Heather, and Dana doing lunch. And Angie H, wait, before I said what Angie H said, Dana is pretty much just going on and on and on about her issues with Tasmanian Shah and how she felt as though it was her duty to tell her how wrong she was in her behavior. Dana doesn't like all the rah-rah and the physicalities and the demonstrative, behaviors Tasmania's Shah is exhibiting. So she called her out on it, and I don't blame her. Folks want to walk around like she ain't Tasmania, but at some point, Tasmania has to stop spinning. I guess she's going to stop spinning when they put them clinks on her. Child. Oh, that got to be rough. I'd be depressed too. Ooh. See, that's why I don't do stuff. I stay to my business. I don't do nothing. And I mean nothing. I am clean as a whistle over here, child. You can't get me. I wasn't there. I don't know nothing. And I sure enough wasn't doing nothing. And if I say something wrong, I say something wrong. But the show ain't going to get me locked up, child. It ain't going to get me sued either. I ain't stupid. But yeah, Tasmanian Shah, her behaviors does not sit well with Dana. And so while, like I said last episode, Tasmania invited Meredith to San Diego, right? And Dana was right there visiting Meredith at the time. And she was telling Dana, I would invite you back here. You talking ish about me and yada, yada, yada. So Dana had to tell her, I don't appreciate it, just like I told you. And so, Dana is just saying how Heather needs to, be more of a friend and, tell, what's her name? Tasmania, what's up? Pretty much check her on her behavior. But Heather don't want to. Heather is a ride or die, and she is accepting of it because it goes away eventually. That's what she said, because it goes away. What happened to her calling you all kind of big and obese and talking about your weight and you look like, what she called her, a manatee? I wish the hell my friend would talk about. See, I don't have friends like that. I don't get down like that. And I think we all about the same age, if I'm not mistaken. We all 70s babies, if I'm not mistaken. Well, most of us, Heather got to be. Tasmania definitely is. Some other folks. Now, other folks may be 80s babies, but at the same time, we don't get down like that. I mean, who again, I guess TV show money is making them, sway their, goalposts, I guess. I don't know. But anywho, what my notes say? Oh yeah, going back to what Angie H told Dana. So once Dana says that she was not invited, but she's going to be Meredith's +1, Angie H was like, what? Angie H told her, you're not too smart. You don't have enough street smarts to handle all of this, girl. Pretty much, you don't want the smoke. That's pretty much what Angie H was telling Dana. Girl, you don't want the smoke from Tasmania. That's what you don't want. Because everybody's been seeing her for 3 years now. It's the third season. Child, listen. I can't. I just can't. But anyway, Heather is too accepting. And then Heather says, well, I feel like no one wants her on the trip. No way, meaning Tasmania, Lisa, and Whitney, because she got issues with all 3 of these ladies and nobody else, apparently. Well, we're going to find out on the trip, right? So, the issues with Whitney is, Whitney feels as though her feelings and her past that she's trying to, need support for is being dismissed by Heather. Yeah, because Heather was like, I don't know. I don't know if maybe that hit home for Heather in some type of way, because we all know, all of us who are aware of Utah's, multiple societies, we all know, for those of us who do know about them, we all know that there is a plague of abuse, different forms of, if you know what I mean. And that's what Miss Whitney is recollecting and trying to work through, which is why she's upset about Heather not supporting her in that, calling her a liar and just not supporting her. And that's just wrong. Ooh, that's just wrong. Anywho, I don't know. I think that may hit home for Heather, because Later on in the scene, when Tasmania went off on Angie K, the girl that she's, been friends with since college, that she says, Heather just put her head down, right? If you notice that, that's a sign of awareness that you don't want to deal with something. Now, I could be totally wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be totally wrong. I've been, like I said before in previous reviews of different shows, where there were similar situations of abuse going on. And, I've been around the psychiatry field for quite some time. And that look Heather gives and her dismissiveness and her alienation from that whole scene of abuse and terror kind of makes me think she's being triggered a bit. Now, hey, like I said, I could be wrong. I'm not saying she was involved, but she seems to be a little more empathetic to people with her anecdotal, tired ass anecdotal, ways of making light of things. All of that to me is reminiscent of someone who has been through something and doesn't really want to be involved. Like I said, I could be wrong, but yeah. What else is going on when they was having lunch? Yeah, so Heather is just not cool with Tasmania, Lisa, like I said, Whitney. And of course we know about Lisa. Lisa's like, do you want to be our friend or not? Heather was like, no, she was like, do you like me or not? And Heather was like, do I really want to answer this? Do I really want to answer? Okay, well, I guess I have to. Yeah. Just moving forward, don't do X, Y, and Z. Nah, Heather, see, Heather was avoiding. And with Tasmania, she'd rather just let her twirl through and tear up shit, but she don't want to address her. And she told Dana later on in the episode, girl, listen, you got to choose your battles. And that's not something I would want to deal with personally. So, but then I'm like, why are these girls just allowed, like I said about Tisha and Mel, look, tangent. Like I said about Tisha and Mel, when Mel called her B at Galentine, and she stood up like, I'm not going to be your bitch. It's like, wait a minute. I never heard Mel give her an apology. So how are you hugging her at the next, and just acting as if nothing happened? Prime opportunity was at Stormy's when they were like, anybody got any issues? Teacher's like, nope, I ain't got none next. What? Girl, I guess. And then she want to tell us that Mel don't want to put her or talk about her stuff. Girl, wait a doggone minute. Anyway, back to Salt Lake City. Where was I at? So at the same time, they having a lunch. Meredith visits Tasmania at their new digs. Mm-hmm. Nice little 3 and 2. All right, maybe a 4 and 2.5. Anywho, so it's Ramadan and Tasmania converted to Islam for her husband, I guess. See, I'm not going to go there. All I know is Tasmania converted to Islam, and she was talking with Coach before Meredith got there, talking about, it's not good to fast. You should be eating to, to keep your energy up, because usually, when you're in the Nation of Islam, you take part in Ramadan, and I think that's in the month of January, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And you fast, and that's when you really be mindful of your place on earth and being the best you can be for yourself and those whom depend on you and those whom you come to know or, come in contact with, whether it's new, old, or whomever. It's just about being an all around better person. So, anywho, Ramadan, big ups to Ramadan. Hey, not such a bad, practice and culture to keep people honest as much as possible, at least. Anyway, so Meredith pretty much convinces, Tasmania to not be so harsh to Dana and just, and okay her coming to San Diego. And it was a cute little scene. I love how they relate to each other. I love how, Jen, lies and puts on a show just so she can, communicate without looking too harsh of a woman. Yeah, okay, girl. You forgot about that on the trip. But anyway, what's next? What's next? Oh, Jen, Tasmania, and Angie K are planning the San Diego trip. Angie K is taking all the things down, writing things out, and it's a house of Angie K's people, and it's a really nice house, right? But child, wait till I tell you this. So they plan everything, and Jen is thinking one thing, and Angie K is thinking another. So by the time they take their flight, they're all meeting at the airport, and everybody freezing, and because it's 4 in the morning, and of course it's Utah, and Jen got on the fur. Tasmania, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you accused of having your income from stolen, ill-gotten gain, pretty much. Girl, didn't you learn from Housewives of Beverly Hills about flaunting your wealth when your wealth is in question? Girl, I don't know. I guess. Hey, I mean, the mess on Beverly Hills been going on for about 2 years now, so I know she knows. Let me take a little swig of this. Hold on, y'all. Need to wet my whistle. But anywho, so they get to San Diego, everybody happy on the plane and whatnot. So we got to San Diego, and Angie K is showing everybody around, and it's about 5 rooms and a little casita upstairs, right? But it's what, 8, 9 people? Okay. Hello. Oh, okay. Here we are with some more Potomac mess. You got 8, 9 people with less rooms. Got more people in rooms. So what's going on? Help me understand this. So anyway, so Angie K is showing everybody around. So she kind of took over in the eyes of Whitney and other folks, because usually, like Whitney said, Tasmania gets the best room, and she's going through so much, so she should get the best room. Girl, if you don't shut up with all that. Now, Tasmania thinks she's getting the best room because she planned the trip. However, Angie K got oh my gosh. Angie K is thinking and pretty much doing as if she's getting the best room because she planned all this mess and she putting up all the money and everything that's going on. So that's what she's thinking. Child, they get into a little tay-to-tay when they're toasting and having a little, drinky drink. And they, and Tasmania is making little snide comments about the rooms. Now, I guess Angie K just ain't familiar with what goes on with these housewives and their accommodations, child. So Tasmania's in her feelings because throughout the whole tour, the best room was shown as Angie K's, and other rooms were less, up to par because the main room was spectacular. Everybody's like, ooh, especially Heather. She all over there just shaking her tail feather and carrying on in the window. So Tasmania is feeling away. Definitely, she is in her feelings about this room. So she's trying to make a speech, and Angie K, they're all drinking. Certain folks don't drink, so they get a little buzz, I guess, feeling a little bit. And plus, they're all a butt 20 except for Heather. No shade, but Tasmania pours her drink that she was drinking on with her saliva and spit and carrying on Angie K's head because she's mad that she didn't get the best room. Obviously, everybody seen it. Everybody seen it. Everybody seen it. And people are like, oh, Whitney got her hand over her mouth. But those who know Tasmania is just still, don't move, don't say a word, don't even blink twice. So Angie K and Tasmania is going back and forth. And then in the midst of all that, that's when you see how so-called good of a liar Tasmania is. So she said, I'm just playing with you. And then she takes Angie's glass and pours on her head as if she was playing. Girl, we know you weren't playing. We see through all that Maybelline heifer. You did that out of spite because that's what you do, Tasmania Shah. Child. Then they all separate, get ready for dinner, whatever they doing later on that day. And Angie K is talking to her husband. Ooh, the tea comes out, child. The tea comes out. So apparently, that whole party from previous episode, that Coach Shah's party was footed and held and planned and took care of and cleaned up after by Angie K. $15K. Minimum $15K, if I'm not mistaken. It was some more numbers after 15. And ain't nobody sent not a quarter on the $15K. No one last name Shah sent or attempted to pay anything. I think she said that was 3-4 months ago. Girl, I would have been said I was hold on. You wait all this time. You see the procrastination. So apparently she's upset about that. And child, she says, the thing that she's accused of is the thing that she's doing to me and doing to us. And this, not putting a dime for this party. I feel used. And yet, so she has drummed up all this. By the time they get in a Sprinter van to go, she is livid. She's already mad. But see, while they're all getting ready, Tasmania goes to Heather and her casita, the casita that Tasmania didn't even want to go to or live in for the meantime or spend time in. Now she's over there trying to collect friends and trying to, arrange a talk with Dana, telling them how Shah was just kidding and playing. And Dana was like, no. And so she's trying to get ready over there. And Angie K is complaining to Lisa. Lisa was like, yeah, we all saw that. And Lisa was like, I should have said something, but I'm so used to just letting her just twirl around and tear up shit. See, that's the problem. When you don't address the problem at the time, the problem becomes more of a problem. And everybody good and grown, like I said, this girl, Tasmania, is in her 40s. Hello. And she's married to a man who does not act like that. So that, I don't know. I don't know about that. But anyway, what else was in there? Oh yeah. Angie K pissed. So they get on the Sprinter van, right? And folks is just, waiting for the shit to happen. And there go Whitney starting it up. Well, I think we need to have a conversation, right? Looking at Tasmania. Girl. So Whitney is pulling it on the Sprinter. Child, so then Tasmania and Angie K going back and forth, and that's when Angie K brings it up in front of everybody. And Heather thinks it was mean and just wrong to do and say. Everybody was just looking like ping pong. You know how you look this, or tennis, where you look to see where the ball going, look to see where the insole going, and they just going back and forth their heads and just, here we go. So Angie K puts it out there in front of everybody that the party was $15,000 and you ain't putting out one dime, quarter, penny, nickel on it. And Tasmania's like, yes, I did. She's like, what? When? You can tell Tasmania lying because Angie K don't seem like the type that'll just break out in a lie, unless they just conned us all, and that was just that and that was just for show. Anywho, either or. Look, either who is a combination of either or and anywho. There it is. Either who. They was pissed off, ticked off, and mad. I don't think it was because Angie K was crying to her husband and to Lisa about it. Child, let me tell you, this ain't over. This ain't over. So they going back and forth, and ooh, the B word comes out. Both of them taking shots at each other, right? Angie K was like, yeah, I'm being a B, and she's ticked off. Listen, my cousin owe me $300 now. Hello. That was so long ago. I said, you know what? I knew then I may not get this back. But it's about the principle of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, Negro. Dude, and that's a man too, supposedly. Anyway, let me move on. Putting all my business in the street. What else went on? Child. So yeah, Dana kind of chimes in and is like, well, kind of talking to Angie K. No, you shouldn't put anything up under the rug or keep anything up under the rug anymore. You should express it. And then that's what Angie K said. Yeah. So, Tasmania, that's what you should do with Dana and stop sweeping those feelings up under the rug and handle that. Ooh, see, that's the type of friend you don't want. That's going to spray you in front of everybody when they should be keeping things to themselves. First of all, B, I didn't ask you to talk about me and Dana. Okay? But since, I don't like people like that. She's, I'm good. Anywho. Child. Now on a Sprinter, real quick, let me say this. I noticed Black Girl Magic Wine on the Sprinter. Woo! Yes, baby. Dana had the bottle. Now I was looking at everybody, get on a Sprinter drinking, and Dana brings the bottle opened with no cork in it on the Sprinter van. I'm like, all right, Black Girl Magic. They done made it to Bravo. All right. If you don't know, now you know. I get it. I sometimes buy it from Rite Aid in case you want to find it. Yes, it's a pretty nice wine. It's something that's sophisticated. And let me do a whole commercial. I ain't even paid for nothing, but I like it so much. I want to give them a little free. What they call it, full press and promo. Shout out to whoever said it. I don't remember where I got it from, but anywho. Yeah, Black Girl Magic Wine. Dana had brought it on the Sprinter with them. But yeah, child. Deanna wants an apology and her money. She said she gonna send Tasmanian Shah an invoice. Woo! I am sick of Heather and her anecdotes. I'm like, girl, if you don't just say what you mean and mean what you say, then and stop trying. But then again, like I said, it could be due to a triggering trauma that she was exposed to, whether it was her actual trauma or something that she was exposed to. That's what I think. But I ain't no licensed clinical psychiatric nothing. I just see it as I call it as I see it. And that's that on that. That was the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 3, episode 9, child. They had it going on this episode. You know, we like the mess, as long as they don't fight. But girl, who in the hell socked? Look, socked Heather in the left eye. Oh, rest in peace of left eye. Who socked Heather in the left eye, child? I don't know. It wasn't me. I know it wasn't me because I wasn't there. But anywho, thanks for tuning in, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this review. And if you didn't, let me know. I can improve. And if you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share if you haven't subscribed. And tell a friend, tell a kin, everybody around. Ooh, Ray all day is here, y'all. Check out my outro.